my channel. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia. Welcome back to another pick a card. If you do not know me, my name is Felicia again. I'm a human and civil rights advocate, and I run a nonprofit in women's health called Divas Can Manifest. I am not for everybody, so if you like it here, gang, 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 welcome. Subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, enjoy the show. Let's get into today's pick card. Today is pick a pile, okay? You are going to be, the topic is who is envious of you and why. Why are people envious of you? Who is envious of you? And how you can transmute the negative energy, okay? So let's hop on into pile one. You are the peppermint white mocha from Starbucks. Pile 2, you are the sushi time. This looks like a California roll. And then pile 3, you are the bee, because Felicia and the Trees Tarot is mostly B2B. So we appreciate you guys being here, and we love when you guys give back and support to our business. All right, I love you guys. Let's hop into it, and I'll see you in your selection. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the peppermint white mocha, and oh my god, peppermint white mochas are so good. So LOL. So here is your selection. So we're gonna put the mocha here, and let's get into, you know, what's going on, who is envious of you and why. Okay, who is envious of you and why? How one, let's get into it. Happy holidays, you guys. So in the pre-meditation, I low-key was getting a Pisces, okay, but I'm also getting people are openly aggressive. I'm getting the people who are envious of you, or who are the people who are openly aggressive, okay? And a lot of it is because of your body, okay? When people get aggressive, what other reason could they be getting aggressive for other than your physical appearance and body? We have the waxing crescent moon. So this person that's envious of you, this is someone that you're strategizing, okay? This situation is requiring you to be very focused, okay, and to conceptualize a new reality, because you guys have been having to strategize this envious person. Maybe you work with this person, or this is somebody that I feel like you've been on the psychic advantage with, okay, to protect what you are conceptualizing. Okay, this person keeps trying to attack what you are creating for yourself, is what I'm hearing. Okay, this feels like someone who is who's in a different racial group than you. Okay, so some of these people could be like wanting to, like, it's like despite them having the privileges, they still are envious of your beauty and brains. It's like some of these people, like, you might even catch their, like, you might have even started to discern, like, rejection or aggression from people of a different cultural group than you. And this is literally about your body, and you know that they're mad about your body. And I think that a lot of this anger and aggression makes you feel unsafe. But this is just a reminder to stay focused on what you're conceptualizing and stay grounded, so that you don't feel like you are having, like, you're at a physical, like you're experiencing like a physical threat or something like that. Because these people, they're openly aggressive, is what I'm hearing, and it's because of your body. You don't know them probably. They could be strangers, or they can be people on the internet, okay? But the way that you protect your energy is to just focus. You're safe, stay grounded, and stay, continue your meditation, yoga, because a lot of people, this is like their attack on what you are conceptualizing. You feeling unsafe means that you would not be able to have a balanced root chakra, which means that you wouldn't be able to activate kundalini energy. You wouldn't be able to actualize through Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You need to protect your flame, protect your spiritual new beginning, because there's so many people who are just aggressive about your body, and you don't have to do anything to them. They just are energy vampires, chronically complaining and draining you for survival, and possibly even they could be causing physical threats or a risk of harm. But I feel like a lot of what you need to know is that, like, you are safe, okay? So this is somebody who, this person is, they're envious of somebody who is openly wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about you. I'm getting that there is somebody, a romantic partner, interest, that is openly wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about you. So let's see. It's crazy that this keeps coming out, y'all. The Fourth Amendment. We have 1 to 3 weeks. We have Aries. Okay. So something might happen with this person within 1 to 3 weeks. And we have the air element. Okay. So this person feels like they feel very masculine. This person is some of you guys are getting communication around this person who has been violating you. Possibly this person, the reason why they're committing crimes against you is because they're envious of you, okay? And the desire that you elicit. You know that this is about your body. So there will be a lot of people jumping on think pieces, or a lot of people claiming to not desire you. Oh, we're not interested in that body type. Oh, we're not interested in it. Oh, okay. Well, let me show you who is then. Let me show you who is interested in it. Okay? Okay. So there are people who are openly wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about you, and this person, since they knew that this person was infatuated with you, that this person was in love with you, and they have been obsessed with trying to become you, because they felt like it's like if they could project your self more, then maybe they could elicit the same desire for sex. I think that these are people where this Fourth Amendment violation or some other kind of violent act has been driven by their envy. It has been driven by your body eliciting desire for sex, and your spirit eliciting desire for sex. This is somebody that may have a position of leadership. This person may be rich, or this person, like I said, they might be having other privileges, like being from the dominant culture or something like that. I'm getting that some of these people are supported by an office, or they're supported by an organization. And these people may have been soliciting this person to replace you, or soliciting this person to do something else destructive towards you. Like, and this was all driven by their obsession. This might even be a group of people who enabled each other's obsession and envy of you. And this may be scary, I think. But I think that you're getting communication around this person where you didn't know what this was, or this person, somebody became obsessed with you, okay? And they have been going through your belongings, going through your papers, going through your house, searching and violating. And I'm getting that for some of you guys, because this person has been obsessed with you, they have you, it's like you are their leader is what I'm hearing. Something where you are this person's leader, but because they have been obsessed with you, some of you guys, this person is going, to prison, or you need to strategize around someone who has, where you are their leader and they are just your subordinate, or you need to distribute the power in a situation. Some of you guys, you need to decide what this person's consequences is, or are, and what their punishment is, for being aggressive. This person, this is the weird irony, is that this person who is envious of you is actually very masculine, okay? They're very masculine, and some of them, this is their unhealed masculine energy, which could represent their approach to how they bring their dreams, or how they manifest out into the world, how they establish around their career and public life. It could be a big reflection of their self-esteem, but these people have a very, very bruised ego around you, okay? The truth of the matter is, like, this person, they truthfully have, the truth is, no matter how many people enabled them, they cannot deny the truth that is coming out about their violations and why, what were the motivations around it. These are the people who are envious of you are the people who are committing crimes against you, okay? Because you are their leader, and they haven't been able to start anything on their own. So this definitely feels like unhealed masculine energy, and because they haven't been able to start anything on their own, that's really a sign of a lack of divine masculine energy. So they see that you have elicited a lot of desire for sex, that you have been getting a lot of divine masculine support, structure, and providing of logic and direction from your divine masculines. And a lot of times they know that this represents their, wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about you, them being in tune with you, them loving your body and being obsessed with you, right? And, wanting you sexually as well. But I feel like, these people, their approach to their, like, this unhealed masculine energy made them compete with their leader, is what I'm hearing. This was a power struggle. They were competing when they really could not start anything on their own, and it's because they haven't been activated, okay? So they are formless, is what I'm hearing. I'm getting that nothing has taken form for them. And there's a lot of communication around this person, but there isn't any structure around this person. So this could be someone who you may be suspecting for a third party, or if this person has been involved in crime, or they've been a third party or something like that, this was something that was unreasonable. This was not something that, like, this was not an affair or something like that. This person they did this without anybody knowing, okay? And they really have been just, I think their motivation, they were envious, right? Obsessed with your body and the way that you divine, the way that I just feel like a lot of this, you are female forms. So it feels like this person became obsessed with your body, and as divine feminine, your form represents your spirit manifested. So this person became really obsessed with your spirit, the things that you study, like your papers and your documents and your books and your possessions. And the truth is coming out about this, that these were unreasonable searches and seizures, and that it was, the true motivation was like, what other, like, we can't, it's incontrovertible, like, we can't, what is your reason for violating, okay? Other than the fact that you became obsessed and envious. So, a lot of them, their egos are very, like, bruised, and will not accept the facts of reality. Some of them have been really in denial about their envy. Like some of them intellectualize their envy a lot, like maybe getting on think pieces or doing something proud and performative in their outward facing view or in their public view, but behind the scenes they've been obsessed with you. So the reality, and then I'm also getting that the reality is that a lot of you, this person who is jealous of you, the reason why they're jealous of you is because despite them doing all of this, nothing ever took form, right? This person, I think that their karmic challenge involved an expansion around the air element. This was this person that is envious of you have actually helped you master an expression of yourself that cannot be stolen, that cannot be mimicked, that cannot be duped off, right? That made it clear. I'm also getting that, like, it made it clear that you were their leader as well. And they just, it be like through this expansion of the air element, this was like the collective getting in yourself, getting a protective awareness, getting an increased awareness, activating divine intelligence, and seeing this situation clearly, that there has been a violation or there has been illegal activity, that there has been searches and seizures, and what the root cause of it, and actually like doing your, like, I think you actually had to do some, I don't know, deductive reasoning to put together a story of an obsessed person who started seizing your possessions and searching for became obsessed with your possessions and your fashion and your belongings and your books and information, like diaries and things like that. Someone became obsessed. And the truth coming out about their crime will no longer, it will end, it ends the perpetuation of a beef or something like that. Somebody who is perpetuating a beef, but it's really, it's really proud and performative on the public facing view, but it's really obsession and crime, in the dark and in the catacombs and in the subversive activity. This person may even be supported by an office or supported by a business organization, a group of people who enable them and have like maybe tried to put them in a leadership position, and you may have dismantled them, okay? You may have dismantled them and revealed that they were indeed the delusional rapport with the divine mystic coming out in the shadow aspect. Who is this person that is envious of you? Okay, yeah, this person, they came out in the shadow aspects. So this person who is envious of you, this person is they're delusional. Like I said before, a lot of them have been waiting for a man to come and save them. That's what I'm hearing. Or they were thinking that they were going to be able to manifest your partner, when this person is not. This is an illusion. Okay, this person gets seduced by their own illusions, and I'm getting that this is somebody that sees. They could see you in a power couple, or they just have a delusional rapport in general. So this could be, if this is a third party, this person is seduced by their own romantic illusion of your person. And I feel like there's been a lot of communication work with the air element. There's been a lot of communication around this violent, aggressive, masculine person that has been angry at you for eliciting the desire for sex. And they know that somebody's wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about you. And so they became obsessed with the person who is interested in you and have been trying to seduce with a romantic illusion, or they get seduced by a romantic illusion that this person is wishing, yearning, and fantasizing about them, that this person is ever going to take form. Like the thing is, the reason why this person is envious of you is that this person, this delusional person, has been the reason why they're envious is that they're starting to realize that they're not the one taking form. Okay, through the air element, right? I'm getting that you are the one that have actually, because you were not the one that was relying on a knight to provide for you, that you're actually the one that's getting provided for. You're actually the one that they have put a structure around your expression and have preserved your information. Okay, and this person has gone to a lot of different extremes to stop you from actualizing. And I think that this delusional rapport that they've had has been an obsession with your counterpart. And they're starting to realize that more and more and more that there's more structures forming around your expression and there's no structures forming around their expression. So that means that they're not chosen. And although we've had a lot of communication about them, what we're really learning is that the root cause of what they have really been doing is unreasonable searches to conceal their envy and obsession with your spirit, to try to mimic your spirit, to create an illusion, right? They have been trying to seduce people with an illusion that they had the same spirit as you, and that was just they just been wanting people. They've been motivated to get a knight to provide for them, and they realize that the knights are not providing for them. The knights are not putting a structure around their expression, okay? And because you were the one that relied on yourself, and you were the one that was inspired to rely on yourself and understand that a healthy romance is helping you, is activating you, and providing structure, but still giving you autonomy as well. And this person, I'm getting that this person, I think they, like I said, some of them have been supported by an office with the judge coming out in the shadow aspect. Some of them have had a business, legal, or criminal authority, and they have been using it to violate your Fourth Amendment rights, okay? And they, yeah, it's like that. It was like, I think that that's the part that you might need to strategize, or something like that, okay? That's the part that you might need to strategize, is because this person might have an authority position, and I'm getting that you might need to, but they are delusional, so it is not a position that's working out for them, okay? Or they're getting removed. That people are starting to strategize moving them out of an authority position, okay? And they know that this is happening because nobody is putting a structure around their expression, okay? So let's wrap. Who is envious of you? Okay, tell me more about this person. The Eight of Wands, reverse. The Ace of Swords. The Six of Wands. Yeah, they're envious because they see that you're being successful after they did so many they violated so many of your possessions, houses, and papers, okay? Trying to stop you from having security so that you cannot fully embody your body. They didn't want your body to heal. They didn't want you to be able to work out and look nice. They didn't want you to have security. They didn't want you to be, they didn't want you to actualize so that you can get to union with someone, is what I'm hearing. Get to a union. This could be a romantic union, or it could literally just be you're whatever, protecting whatever you're conceptualizing. Like you might be coming into an authority position, or you are getting a lot of rewards and recognition with the Six of Wands, and this person has been, they have been like a nemesis. They have been the antagonist. They have been trying to be in their villain era, and they're just not. They were not the ones that got. They were not the ones that took form. You were with the Six of Wands. You are the successful one, and they're just the ones that we grew a discernment around their violations and have strategized moving them out of this position. Okay, yeah, Ace of Cups. You're the one that gets accepted and gets rewarded, and they're the ones that get left behind. A lot of them are getting left behind, or they're not getting the sex. They're not getting the structure, okay? And it's like they were so obsessed with trying to undermine your structure by seizing your property, but this was delusional. I don't know where it was, like something where people are truly not attracted to them, or it was just that these people were not, like, they were not reveling in an intimate union, and you have been reveling in an intimate union with your divine counterpart or something like that, or just in union with the self, goddammit, and they just have been sitting around getting seduced by their own illusions. It was like, no, they were not getting chosen whatsoever, y'all. Okay, they were not getting chosen, and they have just been trying to mirror you and possibly seduce people with the mirroring of you. But we see that you continuously being successful helps people protect their discernment and keeps people in alignment with self-love, okay, instead of this other person who is just mirroring to do something conventional to get provided for, is what I'm hearing. Okay, that's how I feel, you guys. This is someone that you're strategizing and that you're aware of it. Okay, I love you so much. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Hi, Pal 2. Welcome to your selection. So it's sushi time. So let's go get sushi. Friend, who is envious of you? This is somebody who's envious of your food, okay? So this person's name is Lori, or this person's name starts with letter L, P, S, J, or M, okay? I'm getting that this person, they were really envious of you getting takeout, or something where you may have showed up with some takeout food, or you showed up with a different kind of cuisine, and they were like, what? I didn't know that you liked that kind of food, or something like that. We have cusp. This person could be a cusp sign, like they can be in between zodiacs, okay? And they could be talking about that a lot, or something like that. Who is this person that's envious of you? Okay, who is envious of you? How to? Who is envious of how to? Who is envious of how to? Okay, we have the advocate in the shadow. We have the hedoni. And then we have the priest in the shadow aspect. Okay. So this is somebody who has a powerful position. Okay, this could be someone who has a powerful position. And they find that you're beautiful. Okay, no matter what your gender is, you're beautiful. Some of you guys have, like, you could be a male, but you can have really beautiful hair, and you could have really glowy skin. Even if, like, you're a male, you might have, like, beautiful hair, skin, and nails. And some of you guys are male cooks, or like you like to cook as a male, or you might even be a chef or something like that. They see you a lot with some type of groceries, or some type of fruit baskets and stuff like that. And these are the people who are envious of you, are the people who are showing up with your causes, is what I'm hearing. And it's because they represent your creative energy and you embracing the good things in life and celebrating the beauty in yourself. So these are not people who are actually inspired to put compassion into action. They're not actually creative energies, or they might not even have beauty or good things in their life. But they will attach onto causes, like they'll try to have the same groceries as you, or they'll try to have the same wellness as you. They'll try to have the same wardrobe as you. Some of these people they want to copy your color scheme a lot. And some of you guys have recently done something that was, you're like, okay, if you want to copy my color scheme, okay, copy the rainbow. How many people want to? The truth is, people don't really. Some of you guys are pan, or you are have a fluid sexuality, and a lot of people still feel that this is taboo. They still feel like this is wrong. People are not widely, people are not Pride 365. They might just be Pride, 48-hour weekend in a turnip city. They might not be Pride 365, right? So like some of these people want to, like, they'll copy a lot of different, like, they'll attach onto a lot of your causes, but certain things they be like, oh no, that'll challenge the convention too much, right? So these are people who will water down your, an attachment to your causes, is what I feel like. Okay. For some of you guys, just for example, I was thinking of like Pride 365 as a, like, could be a cause that somebody is attached to. Like, this came up in a couple readings back, in the Who just got canceled video. Somebody is getting, in the community, is getting canceled for pretending to be a believer in a cause, but they really just attached onto the cause for a personal gain. So you guys might benefit from watching that video. Who is getting canceled, okay? But ultimately what they see is, no matter what your cause is, they see that it is a creative energy, and that it is the good things in life. And I'm like, damn, that person is really living the good life. So they'll attach onto it just so they can look like they're having the same liberties and personal freedoms and quality of life that you're having, okay? I also feel like this is somebody who, they might be in a spiritual role, okay? This person might be in a spiritual role, or this person, they might be like a tarot reader. They can be another tarot reader, because I know we have a hive of tarot readers in the collective. But this is somebody who really, they have really violated their spiritual community, okay? They have been pretending to be inspired and compassionate. These people were really not, they really do not care about their spiritual community. They really have been seduced by this role, and how they have been able to brainwash people. I'm getting that a lot of them have actually been telling lies, or they have not been manifesting anything, or they have just, some of them have been doing negative things, like outwardly doing negative things. Like, these might be outwardly negative causes, like the KKK and, White Lives Matter or something like that. But for others, they might be pretending to be good, or pretending to, they'll attach onto anything that serves them. So this is like, these could be causes, like, if it serves them to be in the KKK, they'll do it. But if it serves them to be Black Lives Matter, they'll do it as well, right? But like, whatever's popular, whatever's making money at the time, right? But it's truly that they're doing it for their personal gain, okay? They're doing it for their personal gain, and that they actually have been lying to this community, or they've been doing something to violate the community, where these people really think that they're benevolent, or really think that they're committed to a cause because they're compassionate, and that they're creative, and that they have good things in their life. But really, this is like not that, okay? Some of you guys like that movie Twilight. Somebody's here is jealous of, like, some of you guys are into fantasy novels, or like fantasy or science fiction novels and movies. People are, they're jealous of your artificial intelligence, or something that you do with technology. Maybe like, that movie Avatar, or like those cartoon type of movies, like something that you guys could do. These people are envious of your animations or something like that, and they're envious of your animations, or they're envious of things that I'm hearing, like stuff that you're related to. I'm hearing causes that you're related to, and they reflect so much good stuff in your life. It reflects so much creative energy. And so like they might try to mimic your AI, or they might try to mimic your symbols, and try to mimic your, like, try to mimic the fact that they're attached to the causes, but they're only doing that to get personal, to, because it's trendy, or that it's for, but it's really for their like personal gain, that they don't really don't care about it, right, or something like that. But the bad thing about it is that some of them have a spiritual role in the community, and people really trust in them and to get the right information, but they have been withholding information, not imparting the spiritual insights, or doing something else that could be seducing them, right? Yeah, fraud. Yeah, this person, I'm hearing that this person is committing fraud in the spiritual community, okay? They're coming around with hidden motives, personal gain, okay? Commercial. And then we have the letter T. Okay. Somebody's name is starts with the letter T. Okay. Their name can start with the letter T, or this person may have, they started committing fraud against you, or they started committing fraud in their spiritual community. And this may involve their commercials, like their commercials are fraud, is what I'm hearing. And the reason why they're envious of you is because you gaining a prominence would mean that it would reveal their fraud, okay? I'm also getting that this is somebody that watches you on a commercial, or when they realize that you had, the reason why they're envious of you is that they're envious of your commercial, okay? Some of them, these are people who who are not on a commercial, and when they realize that you were on a commercial, they grew very envious of you, okay? And it's because they knew that it meant that, like, when they saw that you were on a commercial, they knew that it meant, someone's name is Tyler or Thomas. This person could be a Leo, Aries, Sag, but when this person, I'm also hearing their name can start with letter G as well. But when this person realized you were on a commercial, they knew that it meant that you had a creative energy, that you were compassionate, in taking inspired actions towards a cause, and celebrating the beauty in yourself and in your life, and always something where they might have seen you eating food, or they saw your food on a commercial or something like that. They saw you putting your food on a commercial or something like that, or maybe you were eating for a commercial, like maybe you were doing like a mukbang, or maybe you were doing some type of food challenge, an interview about food, some type of hot wing test or something like that. They were envious of your food and how you get to really eat, and that was like, they see that like you eating a lot or something. Like, these people are envious of your food. Whoever this is, they're envious of your food. It's like they see that you was sitting around eating good, and that you was really delighting in that food, friend. The food was so good. Some of y'all put on a few pounds because the food was so good, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. Some of them, they said that it was okay if you was a little heavy set because you was light skinned or something like that. I don't know where they came from, but these might be other heavy set people, and then you're like, oh, you had a privilege somewhere, like all of y'all might have been big or something like that, and that they see that, because you were a little light skinned, that you got chose. Y'all, that's not okay. Y'all, this is terrible. The people in society, y'all are terrible. But anyways, LOL. Something, I'm getting that, like, these people, the people who are envious of you are, I feel like these are men who, when they realized that you were on a commercial, they knew that their life was not creative, and that they didn't have enough good things in their life. It's like, you can see, have y'all been seeing the men? Like, the men, they're not doing good. The men are so mad, sitting around watching you delight in the good things in life. Like, I don't know what your gender is. Like, like I was getting at the beginning, that some of you guys might be beautiful men. Like y'all might have beautiful hair, skin, and nails. Like, you might look like Ken the motherfucking man. Like, And people, they know that meant that you were like some of you guys, they know that meant that you were like a male artist, a male star, a male model, or something like that for some of you. But for others, if you're a woman and this is a male that's envious of you, it feels like a man that's envious of you. This person, they they were like older. They could have been older than you, or they could have been, you could have had a really, you guys could have had a lot of conversations about spirituality, or they could have just been looking, I don't know, they were just like appearing to be deep and tenacious and real. But this person was just attaching to these causes for their personal gain. This person is not, they don't care about this spiritual community. They're just doing it for their personal gain. And they saw that you represented the cause, right? And so some of them, I don't know, a lot of things could have happened here. Some of you, your cause may dismantle them and expose them for fraud, but for others, this person is a fraud towards you, or they're a fraud, and like they're a fraud in supporting your cause, or they are a fraud in whatever cause that they say that they're supporting. It's really for their personal gain. And the reason why they're envious of you is because you're the one that really is having the beautiful experience. Some of these men are not attached to a person, not attached to a cause. Some of these men, I guess that kind of makes sense for what I was thinking earlier. Like some of you, if you were like having like a light skin privilege or something like that, these are men that come around you for light skin privilege, and you know this, you know that they will, friend. These are men that come around you for a light skin privilege, or they come around you, or they come around you and they may not expect you to have a privilege. Maybe they are like, maybe you're not light skinned and you know that these are men who are like colorists or something like that. But when, like, especially if you're like a dark skinned woman and you're beautiful and stuff like that, and you have all these good things in your life, that really makes people mad when they see a woman of color that's not impacted by the oppression still able to have a beautiful life and be on a commercial. And so when they realize that you were on a commercial despite not having a privilege, perhaps, that really made them mad as well, because they were just looking like somebody who was trying to get a light-skinned person or something like that, because they really wanted to raise their social class, or they were just like, this was a cause that they attached onto you for their personal gain. Like colorists are really social climbers, or they really just want to uphold a convention or do something conventional to raise their social class, or for whatever other personal gain, okay? To look like they have to look like they are supportive. I don't know, did that make sense? Because I was about to go somewhere else as well. This could be someone who they were fraud when they came around you. Some of them, you guys were in a spiritual community together, or that you guys had a spiritual commitment together, but this person was not deeply committed like you were. This person is actually a really indulgent person, and have really been trying to, attach onto these causes for their personal gain. They're really a fraud, okay? It's crazy that they're envious of you when they're really just a fraud. Like, it's like, if you don't care, then just don't care. Why you gotta be envious? I think that's what's kind of like something where they may not have been. Some of these people do have a commercial place, but some of these people didn't have commercialization. So you coming around and maybe not having a privilege, or doesn't even matter, when they saw that you were on a commercial, this is like, that was like, I'm getting that this was like, I don't know, this was like their true desire. Like they really want to be, especially even if these are men, right? They really want to be on a commercial. They really want to be, they really want to improve their social class and status in life. And so they might go and try to, get with somebody who has a privilege, but that's just a convention, and that person wasn't getting rewards and recognition. or they saw you as having a privilege to be on a commercial, or privilege to because you had a commercial appeal, and that's why they're envious of you as well. But I'm also getting that this could be a situation where, like, it's funny, it's ironic, because if you did not have a privilege and you were still like this hedonist with this beautiful beauty in yourself and this creative energy in this commercial, that pissed them off, because they were like expecting you, they were not expecting you to be like a privilege, or like not a privilege, but they were not expecting you to be like this creative, inspired person, right? They might have even pretended to be committed to you. Some of them were pretending to be committed to you, but they were really seduced by their role, and their powerful position that they had in your life, and they may have just been doing something fraudulent behind the scenes. Maybe they were off with third parties. Maybe they were growing resentful towards you, or they just had a rulership without restraint, and lost their self-control, lost their, like, they might have even started indulging at your expense. Okay, I think that I covered a lot of it. Okay, so tell me more about this person who is, I'm hearing this person is actually really green with envy. This could have even been previous romantic partners, and you're like, damn, I didn't know you was that tight. Okay, Mr. Leo, Mr. Aries, Mr. Scorpio. Alright, we have the Knight of Wands. We have Justice. And we have the High Priest. Yeah, I think that this is not it's not negative. I think that this person actually likes you, but this could sometimes be the a hardship in a relationship, especially if you're coming from a intercultural relationship or a disadvantaged community. Or any relationship, honestly, like this where envy can arise between partners. So I think that you are viewing them with justice and compassion, and this is not something that they ever spoke about. But I think that as the High Priest, you are really intuitive about their problem with you. I'm getting that you'll know who this person is, because you may have thought about them randomly out of the blue. Like, especially if you're viewing this around the time that it's posted, just think about like as training yourself as a spiritualist is kind of understanding the energetics and how the energy moves, even if you're not in union with these people in the physical reality, because these don't feel like people that you talk to. These are people that just watch you on a commercial after you left them, okay, or something like that. Or you just met these people where you were in a transition to doing something, and they watched you transition into better commercials, into your own spiritual community, or they saw you transition into more compassion and inspired actions towards a cause. And I think that ultimately these are people who you serve with your cause, because they were so misfortunate. A lot of these people, they just have to commit fraud. Like, they might do a lot of scamming, cracking cards. They might launder money. They do a lot to make money, and they see that you just don't do that. That you're all about celebrating the good things in life, like your creative energy and your good food, and you might think about these people from time to time, and so just see, like, that will help you, that will signal to you that these are people where you have an intuitive or cognitive connection with them, because you know that they're just sitting back watching you in a commercial, and you knew that they were a fraud. You knew that they were only attaching to causes for their personal gain. You knew that they were scamming. You knew that they were colorists. You knew that they were doing a lot to make it look like they had a beautiful life, but this was all a reflection of like overindulgence, because they never showed up with any creative energy, and they just sit back and watch you, live this creatively, playing the, like the creative game of life or something like that. I forgot what the affirmation was, but it's like you started to realize that you like needed to protect yourself from these people while you were in transition somewhere. You need to protect your commercial status while you are still in transition, because this could be people who just represent like an unconventional relationship that you have, but you learned something about, you learned how to discern a type of envy. These people around you, they are not celebrating a beautiful life and having creative energy. These people are doing a lot of fraudulent behavior to make money, and a lot of their true desires are to have your social standing, have your commercialization, and they see that you have done this by being an advocate, by celebrating the good things, maybe even having your own spiritual role. But these are people who may have a spiritual role, like this is their romantic relationship or their marriage, or some other kind of office that they take up, where that they attach to a cause because it looks like they're inspired by compassion, but it's really a personal gain. It's really that they're not like, but I ultimately feel like they're not getting the same results, and I think that this is why they're envious. It's like they have to do all this fraud and scamming and taking up an office that they don't really care about or something like that, and they have to do all that, and they still are not happy in life, and they see that you have been doing, like, some of these people are on the commercial, but for other, like, does that make sense? Yeah. Some of these people are on commercials, and they're just doing this for personal gain, and they're still not happy, and that's why they're envious of you. But some of these people, they really want to be on a commercial, and seeing you sitting back watching you on your commercial and playing the wonderful game of life creatively pisses them off. And these, you know that, like, these are people where you met them in transition, and they just were not transitioning in the same place, so they were never able to keep up, right? They were doing something, I'm hearing that they were totally misaligned. They were more into fraud and scamming, and you were more into playing life creatively and taking more safe gambles and risk. And your life is much more beautiful and safe and peaceful than their desperation, right, to look like they are prosperous, but those are really negative gains. But I keep getting this scenario. This might resonate for some of you. I keep getting this scenario about a colorist. Like, these people, they don't want colorists. Obviously, they don't want people to know the truth, right? That this is really their way of trying to improve their social class, or that they're discriminating or something like that. So I think that was somebody, when they saw that they could not, like, that you were good and that you didn't need a privilege or something like that, that made them envious as well. But anyways, that's what I'm seeing about who could be envious of you. Let me know how that resonates, pal, too. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to your selection. So you chose the Bumblebee. And this person's name starts with the letter M or N. This is somebody who is very triggered by you, friend. They're very, very triggered by you. And, this person is codependent on you, and they're getting left behind, I think. So, let's get into it. Who is this person that is envious of you, and why? Okay. Who is this person that's envious of you, and why? Power 3. Last but not least, let's get into it. Okay, we have Imam Kuli. Okay. These people is envious of your inner child. Okay. Some of you guys are senior status, or you are a mature age, and there are a lot of people who have they have a lot of different opinions about how you should behave at your age. Like, so I've been seeing a lot of ageism in the press. Like, people don't know what old is. And I think that, like, so people will literally say that somebody is old But I think that the people who make comments about age are people who are truly not successful in life. People, you might be someone who you can become successful at a young age, but for majority of people, people don't start learning their lessons and getting stable and financially secure in their life until they're middle-aged. Life is not easy, and even if you do inherit property, land, wills, trust, I don't know, financial securities from your family, or like, I think that still you are challenged with other things. So I think like people have placed a lot, like some of you guys could be finally reaching financial freedom, and it might have come later in life, and now they see that you are financially free, and that like now that you have enough money, you can go nurture your inner child, like take up hobbies and creative projects and travel like you were not able to do when you were younger. And I think that this is the social awareness that needs to be engendered. That some people who may have reached their they may have reached their peak later in life, or they may have like had some other type of challenges early in life. Like, not everybody starts traveling at 6 years old. Not everybody starts ballet at 6 years old. Not everybody has that privilege of safety until they can, work their own job and pay to get themselves out of the hood, right? So I think that like life can be a very, very different experience for people who reach freedom, whether that's financial freedom or some other kind of liberation later on in life. And there are a lot of people who are envious of you because of your desire to remain youthful in your body, mind, and spirit. Some of you guys are performers, or you are athletes, and these people were not able to endure through growing older. And it's growing older is a fact of life. You can't avoid it. And another fact of life is that like you might have the desire to remain youthful, but your physical body will decline in mobility and flexibility, especially for those who do not maintain it, right? So if you guys are in movement, in athletics, or perform or do something else, like a creative project that just keeps you with a youthful glow, then people are really envious of that, especially people who may be in your age group, or this feels like other people who are in your age group who did not endure, right? They did not have stamina. They were not dedicated to transcending physical limitations. They were not energetic and passionate about life, okay? And it reflects. So these are people like, so that's just one thing. But I'm also getting like, these people who are envious of you, like your inner child, these people will make a lot of comments. Like, they'll make a lot of ageist like comments about how they think that you should act, or they'll make a lot of comments about where you're from to try to make you feel bad about where you're from, or about your culture group or something like that. They'll try to make comments about make you feel bad about where you're from, or your cultural group, or some other disadvantage that you had. But like the reason why they're really mad is because now you get to be free and liberated and have fun and get to nurture your inner child, while they do some boring adult thing or something like that. They're like, it's like they're mad because they just don't want to admit the fact that you have survived, right? And some of you guys may have had to work and be very mature early in life, and they're envious of you because you are literally aging backwards. Like, they see that a lot of the other people, their aging did not go well. Like, some of them, their skin, or the way like they got wrinkles or saggy skin, they lost their glow. They you know, staying lit was not a habit, okay? They didn't have good habits or something like that. And they, like, I don't know. And so when they see you moving around, they see you, like, they saw you dancing. Like, some of you guys might be really elderly. Like, you can be in the 60s and 70s, or you could have gray hair, or you can have something physically about you that makes you look older. And they saw you dancing or moving, or they saw you working out at the gym if you're older or something like that. Like, you could be senior, older than senior status, and they could see you working out, and they'll get mad that you were able to, that your body, that you age very well, or your skin, like something about you guys may use a jade roller, or what is it, gua sha. You guys might have a lot of anti-aging steps in your routine, or you did a lot to preserve yourself well, and they just were very envious of that. Like, they're envious of your body, the way that it aged, is what I'm hearing, okay? And they see that a lot of this was, you know, you nurturing your inner child. Yeah, what? Child divine. You're literally a divine, you're literally a divine child. And it, like, they see that, like, even if you're older, they can tell that you are pure, innocent, and redemptive. So, yeah, we have Martyr, and we have God. Oh, you guys are very divine, okay? So, some of you guys have been martyred, okay? And you have really transcended the nature of a cause. Like, you've got to the nature of a cause, or you got to the root cause of a, you know, of a cause, and you learn to serve yourself and to serve others through something that you've done. And they see that this is something that could have really aged you. They said that you could have, it could have tainted you, or that they see that the situation that martyred you, that it could have, like, took away your innocence and purity, but you were redemptive, and you were able to maintain a symbolic purity of heart. And they feel like they're really envious. This is wild. They're envious of this, the nature of the divine in your life and in yourself. After you were martyred, after you had to transcend something that felt like maybe an unbearable cross, okay? But they feel like whatever this was helped you get to the root cause of something. Like I said, it helped you get to the root cause of something in order to transcend it, or it was something that was a wounding from your childhood state, and they see how you've, you know, tended to yourself and healed your inner child. Some of you guys have long locks, and people see that, like, maybe you didn't have no hair growing up or something like that, or they just see that, like, your hair was a sensitivity for you, okay? They feel like you have the, you know, people are envious of your spiritual connection that you have with the divine. I don't know if you knew that, but yeah, people are envious of your spiritual connection that you have with the divine, and that makes you divine feminine, okay? I'm also getting that these are people that you're about to fire, okay? You're about to fire them because they were the one, you were sacrificed around them. In order for them to learn, you had to take a sacrifice for them to learn, okay? In order for everybody to gain wisdom, or for or after you sacrifice something with them, you were able to redeem, and they're still jealous. Like, that's why they're getting fired, is what I'm hearing, is because, like, you were literally martyred. You literally took, I'm hearing something where you made the ultimate sacrifice, and they were still mad. And so you're like, there's no reality where I will ever feel safe with you, when you're sitting up envious at me remaining youthful in my body, mind, and spirit after this traumatizing event, or this sacrifice could have took me to the grave, honey. It could have, it made me, I was 70 years old. I was like something. Y'all, these people are ridiculous because they're still mad, right? They're mad that you still have a vitality about you despite the sacrifices that you've had to make, okay? That's really sad. Like some deep inner child healing that they see that you've done to not let things prematurely age you, okay, for one. We have the Matrix. And then we have the second house, the 12th house, and Archangel Haniel, okay? So, you know, you are an expert at this, at handling this Matrix organization. I'm hearing that you are, you win every time, okay? You go through many phases and cycles with these people. And I think that the reason why things are really discouraging right now is because this Matrix have watched, they are aware that you were sacrificed, martyred, or had to transcend something that for a cause, or had to transcend something to defend yourself from a negative force, and they still come around, friend. These are people in the Matrix that are hidden, so you might not know who these people are. They see you now, and they see that, like, what they're seeing is you nurturing your inner child now, you redeeming your innocence and purity after making a lot of sacrifices, or doing some type of, I don't know, doing something else that they thought would have tainted you. And they see that you still have joy and fulfillment. Like these people, these are people who are envious. These are Matrix, or people through the 12th house that are hidden, invisible enemies, where they see that your life is pure, innocent, and redeemed, and that it's not this tainted image that they think it should be from these inner child wounds that you have. I think, right? I think that's kind of what it feels like. It's like, and I think that's why you feel so disrespected, and why you feel so discouraged around these people. And it's because it's like you're sitting up there literally mad at someone who's had to sacrifice so much more than you ever could even imagine, right? And they sit there and they're envious of how, like, some of you guys have lost all of your possessions, or you lost home, or you lost securities, and through the 12th house you have redeemed your possessions and have actually made your possessions work for you to expand your financial capabilities and to build a better and more secure life for yourself. And they still, like, they know that you had this big failure in your life before, and they still mad. And I think that that's why it's so sad, right? And I think that's why they're getting fired, is because you can never, like, that shows that you really didn't want me to be alive and happy, right? So they just see your stuff and see you happy now, and you're like, I am a mature person. I have gone through so much to get here, and I deserve to have playful moments. I deserve to play. I deserve to take a break after working hard my whole life, or transcending so much for my cause. And now my cause is successful, and I own myself and my story so much. It's like something where they see you owning a failure, owning your success, and now owning success, right? It's like how you might even be talking to people about how you cope with a failure, and how that has put you on a journey to actually finding fulfillment in your life. And they're mad about the fact that you were able to find fulfillment in your life, and that your life wasn't tainted by these inner child wounds. And that's so sad. Like, it's so sad. Okay, these are people that you don't know. People who just watch you, okay, on the Matrix. In the Matrix. And they just, it's like they really pay attention to where you come from. And they see that that's not, like, that you have to transcend where you come from to get on path to where you're going, okay? So, some people here were envious of you wearing the color green. Like, how weird are you to be, why are people sitting up fighting about a color that nobody owns? Okay, Ace of Cups, who's jealous of you? We have the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups reversed, and the Page of Wands. Okay. This is someone that you rejected, yeah, because you are I'm hearing that you are now the boss. That's what I'm getting. Okay, you're the boss. So this is my house, right? And if you guys are here from Pal 2, this is someone who is envious that they were not the emperor, that they were not, there was nothing that came into form. They're formless. No, there was no structure put around their expression. And also getting that these are people, like I said, you're not receptive to them or something like that. Or these people, I think the reason why they really feel rejected. Seeing your happy life, like, it makes them feel rejected. I don't know why it does, because it just really shows them how they haven't had fulfillment in their life, and they see you as the emperor, and that's like the ultimate fulfillment. And they're seeing your tangible things and how stable your tangible things are. They're seeing your tangible things, how they have been maintained from your childhood or something like that. They're seeing some personal belongings that you've had since you were a child. Maybe these are photographs or other types of keepsakes, and they see that they're envious of that. Like, I don't know, something where people are envious of that. These are people who like, I'm hearing a group of people. They are all hidden in unseen forces, invisible enemies, and you are their boss. And they see that, like, coming around you helps them understand more and more that they're not the boss. And a lot of you guys, these are people who you rejected from your organization. You're banning them, or just simply your secure, stable, and life mission of redemption, and how that has led you to emotional fulfillment and joy, makes them, like, shows them that they really hate themselves. Okay, they really hate themselves, and if they say something negative or do something negative to you, that's a reflection of how they feel about themselves, friends. Okay, so you'll know this big group of people have a big ill will. Okay, big ill will, because they feel rejected. Some of them, they know that you hurt their inner child, because a lot of them, they know that you would not be cool with them, you would not have sex with them, you don't really like them, they know. It's like something, especially if they see you in this adult stage now, it's like they might see you in adult stage now, but you trigger something from their childhood, and make it where they were rejected from by someone like you or something like that. But that's what I'm saying about who is envious of you. These are people that you don't know, and they see that you talk about, you have an awareness. You know that people will have a problem with you, despite them knowing that you've had these big failures in your life, that you've had these challenges in your life, that you've been martyred, that you've transcended so much to get to this leadership position, to get to this stability, and they're still mad. Like, you're like, okay, you are a matrix organization, and we don't care anymore. That's how I feel, friends. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one.